my friends, tweet this out. Post this in Discord, whatever you need. Let's get everyone in here and let's listen to these projects. I think we can start it anyway. All right. So again, welcome everyone. I'm gonna have 3 projects with us today. Exxagens. Did I say it right, Paulus?
Yeah, Exxagens.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Spirit Wolves and Moonstream.
Hey.
Is, from what I think, upcoming collections. Yes, upcoming collections. We also have some whitelists to give away today, so excited for that. And for everyone that's new to the pod and haven't been here before, welcome. We do these Monday through Friday with different projects, also building this lovely, educated community. We also have something big later this week. I'm going to talk about this later, probably Sunday. All right, so to start it, I would just like for all the projects to give a quick introduction about what they do, and then we can dive deeper into each project, and as well, of course, open for listener questions. So now let's stop listening to me and let's try to learn something today. Let's start with Exxagens.
Hey everybody, I am C. Yeti, one of the co-founders of Exxagens. We are a cross-chain play-to-earn game built in Unreal Engine with some of the same artists as Call of Duty, League of Legends, Dota 2, and Kingdom Hearts, and I am extremely excited to be here.
Welcome, buddy. I also see that we have Walrus with us. Welcome. How are you doing, my friend?
Yes, sir. I'm doing amazing. Thanks for having us. I just wanted to say, come check out our Discord. We have the game out already for testing. Come check it out. Tell us what you think. Free to play. And XMAX is down there too. I know the stage is full, but just gotta give him a shout out as well.
Yeah, anyone want to come up, just request. We can rotate some people to get everyone up. All right, perfect. Would be cool to see if someone want to go undercover here and try the game live while we're at it. But let's see. All right, Spirit Wolves, how are you doing?
Hey. Hope my voice is clear, but I'm kind of sick, so you may hear some coughing and stuff. But I'll do my best. So my name is Minato. I'm the founder of Spirit Wolves. We are a streetwear brand, and we are also developing a streetwear marketplace. And yeah, I'll explain more about our project later on. Nice to meet you guys.
Perfect. Thank you for coming on. Moonstream, hey, how are you doing?
Hey, we're doing great today. Thanks for having us on, guys. My name's Jay. I'm the founder of Moonstream, and we're we're cross-trained Ethereum and Solana. We are the kind of thing Kickstarter and Netflix combined for Web3 with, of course, a nice little wash to earn model built in for viewers, which we'll get into later. Glad to be here. Thanks for having us.
Exciting stuff. All right, so again, guys, thank you for coming on. We're going to go through each project here, and everyone who has some questions is encouraged to ask the questions. Let's see what these guys are building. So let's start with Exxagens. To start it, I think just give us a brief about the team. What's your guys' experience, and how come you decided to make a NFT collection?
Thank you for everyone for having me here. So this is why I decided to make an NFT collection. We have been working on this video game for around 8 months now. We have around 20 people on the team. And around closer to this time last year, I'm a big gamer. I've been a big gamer my entire life. And I was looking for a video game to play to earn, because I was like, well, I'm extremely skilled, but I don't want to stream. I don't want to participate in tournaments. I just want to be able to play and make money off of my skills. So I kind of looked around, and there was not really a video game to play that I would remotely even consider fun. It was more of that grind to earn model, and it just didn't feel right. It felt like there was a hole in the market. So I got together with my co-founder, who was a developer. That is XMAX right there, and we started raising money and we started developing, and it's been going phenomenally. We have 6 character classes so far in the game, with all the different ultimate attacks, ultimate abilities, and we have 31 weapons. It's kind of like a Super Smash Bros, but like 3D inside of an arena. You fight to the death. When you kill your opponent, you win their soul. Gambling game at heart.
Welcome, XMAX.
Yeah. Thanks for having me as well. I think Yeti did a great job describing the project. I think one thing I'd really like to highlight is the fact that we are also going cross-chain. So we are starting right now with Solana, but already have active integrations with Near and looking at others like BSC and Ethereum coming soon.
Oh, right. So is the mint going to be like for the NFT collection? Is that on Near or Solana?
Yeah,
That is on Solana. We are minting on Magic Eden, a collection of all of our gladiators. So with all 6 gladiator classes, which are the Ape, Assassin, Executioner, Tank, Samurai, and Dragon. They all have their own their own variations. They have like the Dragon can do flame tornadoes, and every single character and every single weapon has a unique experience. And we will be minting those characters, which are also PFPs on Magic Eden on Solana.
Awesome. DK.
Yeah, if you guys would like, I can explain how that works from a technical perspective. But I see TKZ is raising his hand. So
just a quick question about what you said when you were describing the game. You said that the players can win Solana. Does it cost to play the game?
you just need to have a one of our NFTs, one of the gladiators, in your wallet to play. So essentially, it's like you play as your character. It spawns in the metadata from the NFTs that are in your wallets.
Okay, so essentially, after the first purchase of the NFT, it'll cost me nothing to play the game, and I can keep winning Solana for winning.
So, yes, exactly.
Well, no, essentially, Xmax, I think you're missing a part of it. It's a skill-based game, and there's a skill-based gambling mechanic. So before you hop into an arena, you choose a bet, and the other player chooses the same bet, and if you kill your opponent, you win their soul.
Yeah, exactly. So you'll make money if you win.
And there's also a metaverse aspect to it, where if you hold an NFT from one of our partner collections, you could actually play as a 3D version of that NFT in game. So, for example, we've already created skins for sea shanties, Rootverse. I can think of a couple of them on top of my head, but Boogles, for example. If you hold a Boogle, you could actually play as a Boogle in game. And
Jumbo as well.
Jumbo, yep, exactly. So if you hold one of our gladiators and one of those characters, you actually play as one of those characters. And those partner projects also get an arena. So we have digital real estate inside of the game. If you own an arena, you can choose game modes such as 1v1, 2v2, capture the flag, free for all. You also get to design the arena with us before you release it. And you can also receive arena entry fees from players when you host tournaments, etc.
Okay, so but to win the soul, you have to bet the soul. Do you have to bet to play the game?
We have free to play modes, but those are not play to earn. The only way to earn is by killing your opponent. We also have a adventure mode which we're currently building out because we already finished our PvP mode. You could hop into our Discord, download the game, or hop on our website, download the game, and play it today. We're building out an open world, and we've already finished our first boss fight. You could play that. It's called Wild Arena. And in the Wild Arena, you fight waves and waves of different bots, and you kill the final boss. It'll drop some NFTs for you, such as mounts, weapons, armor, etc.
So for everyone that hasn't played the game, I haven't had time to download the game. I'll definitely try it after today. But if you were to kind of visualize the game for us, is there something similar today that we can kind of get an idea of how this game looks?
Yeah, it's very similar to if you've ever played like Assassin's Creed. It's that point of view. The characters are very dark. They're all robotic, very like dystopian, futuristic, and player mechanics are kind of like if you've ever played Elden Ring.
Can you guys pin anything to the top? When each of you guys come up, if there's anything that you would like to pin to the top, feel free to pin it up there so we can get visuals and links and everything from you guys as well for all your projects.
I'll be definitely recording some gameplay for all the people that are not able to play yet, and we'll try to have that out as soon as possible for you guys.
Perfect. Right. Hi.
Sounds like a really interesting project. So would you say it's similar to sort of BR1 in a way?
A little bit, but instead of a shooter, instead of like a first-person shooter, it's a third-person arena style. It's kind of like Team Mortal Kombat. You can kind of think of it like that, except just with a bunch of different weapons.
That's a great way to put it.
Sounds good, yeah. So how sustainable is a gaming project in the current market?
I think sustainability is a very interesting question. In the grind to earn model, eventually your token economy is not sustainable. With our model, as long as we are constantly updating, adding new features, adding new characters, adding new weapons, expanding on the open world, we have an extremely sustainable token that we're developing. But in the bear market, right now, I think it's actually just the perfect time to build. So by the time that the bull market comes back, you could have a massive release and you could have a lot of users.
Thank you, man.
I also just shared some gameplay to the top. It's just a YouTube video link that I commented on the pod, so feel free to go check that out if you want.
Let's see it. Nice. With all the games, I'm curious because what makes you guys know this that you are developing a game, I guess. But one thing that makes like games so addictive. I'm not a big gamer, so I should have talked about this. But the rewards and these constant like upgrades, and you get the rewards for doing something, and you have maybe a ranking system. Have you thought about this?
Yeah, we have seasons, and within the seasons, like the top people in the season, they win soul. They could win. You have rankings. You get to go and show it off to your friends. You can win NFTs, weapons, etc. And you also have skill based matchmaking. So you're not going to play against a player who's a complete sweat. And most players who are complete sweats will obviously be gambling on the higher levels. The players at the lower levels will most likely always be against each other.
And you won't be able to just scam your way into the lower league. Tell them a little bit about that.
Yeah, so you basically have experience. You're not going to be able to, if you have 50 arena wins, you're not going to be able to play against a player who has a single arena win.
All right. Interesting stuff. What's the timeline from now? You said you have I love that you have the gameplay out prior to mint. So what's the timeline from now? Like the first version of the game is live. When can we expect like the full experience?
So full experience is going to be after our IDO when we release our token. Right now we're minting our Solana NFT collection. After those NFTs are minted, we will be integrating them within the game, so you can actually use your character. We've actually already built our own custom play to earn integration. I can Max speak on that for a little bit.
Yeah. So essentially, how it's going to work is the NFTs are all going to be read in through your different wallets. So let's say you have one on Near and one on Solana. Those wallets will be linked to your user account within the game. And then when you spawn into the game, every single time you enter the game, it will read your wallets. It'll parse the metadata, checking to see if you hold any of our different NFTs. And based on the metadata that is in your wallet, it will allow you to spawn in the correct characters. And then from there, once we have our fungible token, everyone will be gambling with each other through our token, and we'll have wrap token one-to-one equivalents on every single different chain, which will allow for a seamless gaming experience between the different chains.
And moving on to the rest of the roadmap, after our IGO, we'll be releasing arena ownership, partner arenas, and we are estimating for our complete open world game to be out and ready by the end of 2023.
Thank you.
I see TKZ, you got his hand up again?
Yes, TK first and then Peter.
Are you guys only minting on Solana?
I'll let Yeti handle that one.
So we've already minted a small collection of arena tickets on Near, so they're not the in-game characters. These tickets enable you to participate in the arena auctions themselves when we auction off the arenas in the future. But these first 6 gladiator classes that are currently in the game will be minted on Solana only. Future classes, once we have a larger player base, will be minted on other chains.
So what percentage was minted on Near of the total collection?
Well, it's a completely different collection. We're about to mint on Solana the actual in-game characters, the characters who will also be your PFP. On Near, we minted these 3D spinning tickets. It's just a different collection.
Peter.
Thanks. That sounds really cool. My question is, usually when you make a game, especially a game where a price is involved, right? It's really important to nail balance. Usually, if it's skill based, you want everyone to have the same tools, right? Like all the characters be the same, and what defines the winner is the skill, mostly. Um, in this case, since you're gonna have classes, how are you gonna handle the balance? Will that be actively changing to give a fair odd of winning to everybody, or once the game releases, it's set in stone, and if one is overpowered, well, that's the meta.
I can speak on that. So in the first versions of the game, we are manually balancing and just play testing the game as much as we can. But as soon as we're able to scale, we will use machine learning algorithms to continually play the game and make sure that there is no imbalance in the stats, as well as just listening to the community and being like, all right, this might be a little overpowered, turn this down just because of this moveset. That will just come with time.
Yeah, your gladiator weapon combo is essentially the most important part of the game. You could be a samurai with a katana, you could be a samurai with a flaming lash, and with all the different character combinations that currently exist in the game, which is 31 times 6, somebody is going to eventually find a very, very broken combo. But that's where we're going to use the machine learning algorithms to make sure that doesn't happen.
Okay, that sounds cool. Thank you.
So I got a really difficult question for gaming. I'm a gamer, and I'm a big gamer, but in this space, I've gotten roasted on almost every gaming project I've got into, and I play the games. I just feel that the gaming community is not here yet. So my only question is sustainability, because almost every gaming NFT project I've got into is down 60% plus since mint, and it's like I love the gaming community and I support the gaming community, but from the NFT side, it's just hard. What's your guys' plans to combat that? Like Rogue Revenants, for example, Tony and those guys were all over Twitter, and they're still all over Twitter. They give stuff away, but and the game's active, it's successful, and just on the NFT side, it's hard.
At the end of the day, we have to understand that this is a investment, right? And 2023 is projected to be the year of gaming in Web3. So we're kind of using this time to just build out and build a product that people can't deny is needed in this ecosystem, right? And I encourage you to go try the game and let us know what we can fix, because honestly, I have not played a game yet better than this. And I'm invested in other amazing projects, like shout out to Chill Chat. All those games have pretty good returns consistently so far, right? So it's just a matter of the right people seeing the right things out there.
I think also we've been building for around 8 months. The game is a far more developed than most games currently in the ecosystem, but still it is an investment, especially with a game. Your returns are going to basically determine it's based on the current daily active users who are playing the game, and it is an investment. So we're in a bear market. You might not have the short return that some are looking for, but if you're looking to make a long-term investment into a team that's been building a game for a very long time with a very skilled team, very high quality game, this is for you. Gaming and NFTs have perfect synergy. It will eventually be an extremely large thing. It's just all about being early, especially when it comes to investment.
Oh, I fully agree. I guess the question was, what can be done to the market to bring that 2023 wave of gaming, to bring the rest of the gamers here with us? I want all these gaming projects and all you builders here in this. You're 100% right. When they come, the games that are built that made it through this are gonna go through the roof. It's just, what can we do to get them here? I want them here already, and I'm sure you do too.
Of course. I think that what will end up happening is a lot of different projects are fundraising, obviously, and they're raising millions and millions and millions of dollars for these games. It's all about marketing. It's all about marketing your product. You're spending millions of dollars on large marketing campaigns, and then that's one side. The other side, which is honestly the biggest side to me, is right now you can go and you could play Apex Legends, for example, for 10 hours, and people are doing that not for money. They're doing that for entertainment. Once these play-to-earn games are competitive from a gaming, fun, entertainment standpoint to Web2 games, who's going to play Apex Legends for 10 hours in their basement and make not a penny when they can go and make, you know, $500 from their skill. Like, it's just, no, who would do that?
For sure.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say I still would just because I love Apex, but can't lie. If someone's trying to run arenas, just hit me up.
We have, especially in the play tour, like exciting years ahead. It's going to be super interesting to see this transition that we all so full-heartedly believe in. I see we have two hands. I think Hercules was first.
Yeah, what's going on, guys? Yo, love the conversation, love the product. I guess I just had a little bit of a comment because I'm always a little skeptical about like play to earn games or just anything to earn. I think for gaming specifically, I feel like the barrier to entry has to be really low. And like what we see in like the real world is like a lot of games now are like practically free, right? Like a Fortnite or Apex, how you mentioned, those are free games and they make their money on the back end when the players get into it. I guess how do you justify, you know, putting up that barrier to entry? How are you going to bring in the masses like that with like there being essentially a barrier to entry to play your game?
Yeah, once people fully understand the true value of NFTs in gaming, that barrier to entry goes away. Right now, kids are spending thousands of dollars with their mom's credit card to buy Fortnite skins. And in the end of the day, those skins are worth absolutely nothing. In the future, your skins for your games, all the different characters for your games that you spend all this money on, will be worth something, can be traded, can be sold if you're done with the game. You know, I think it's just a matter of time and you know, the aging population who's into crypto and into gaming at the same time, the people who grow up with it. It's just a very brand new industry.
Let me just throw in, let me say hi to Monkey Dow real quick. We're already partnered with you guys, so make sure you hop in that Discord, get that whitelist. But yeah, man. Go ahead.
Imagine 10, 15 years ago telling somebody that, oh yeah, one day people are going to be spending thousands of dollars on Fortnite skins. The game is free, but they're just spending money for, you know, pixel cosmetics. People will tell you you're a fucking idiot. But look at today.
And plus, yeah, you will make your money back. Buying our game and being good at it, you will 100% make your money back. Go ahead, Exxon.
And just kind of echo off of what Hercules was saying there. As we go, we're going to be releasing more generic skins with like there'll be more volume of those. So that will allow people to get in at a cheaper price, and at that point, maybe they'll be more interested in buying more rare skins if they're really into the game.
Well, I can counter some of these. Okay, so Fortnite, the reason Fortnite is successful, in my opinion, is not so much like their marketing, but more of like their partnerships. I think they've made like very meaningful partnerships with like a Travis Scott, for example, or now Dragon Ball Z, where like they, you know, those are strategic partnerships to target their target audience and bring in those people. So I'd actually be interested to know what you guys are doing. If you guys are working right now, you have a huge advantage in working with other communities as through partnerships to bring them into your game. I think that would be really interesting. I definitely want to know what you have to say about that.
Yeah, we currently are creating partner skins for all of our projects, and you could actually use these skins in game. All of the skins that we've created so far are already rigged, ready for Unreal Engine. You hold one of their, let's say you hold a Solana Monkey business, you hold one of our NFTs, you can actually play as that character in the game. In the future, we are 100% planning on creating these Web 2 partnerships. I'm not saying we're going to be able to get Disney and get Spider-Man in the game, right? But you know, there is a lot of opportunity for skins there, and to do marketing in a very similar way.
And think about who these companies are going to go to when they see Web3 gaming is popping, when they see us at the top, near the top, whatever it may be in the future.
I got one more comment. So you mentioned about NFTs. You think that the revelation is going to come with mass adoption of NFTs. I guess my question to you is there a way for you to bypass that? Mass adoption is realistically, you know, we're probably years away from it at this point. Like, is there a way that you could even remove that barrier of entry without doing NFTs? And I'll give you an example. Ghost Recon, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon, they just released a game recently. And if you play the demo of their game and you go through like the tutorial, at the end of the tutorial, you get an NFT of a gun. So that's how they incentivize players to play the game up front, right? Without purchasing the game, just the demo, do the tutorial so they fall in love with it, and then reward them with an NFT without having to explain to people what NFTs are. So have you guys thought of a strategy like that?
Yeah, and that's something that we 100% can do once we're 100% developed and the game is 100% out, we have 31 different weapons. And one of those weapons can be end of tutorial. We actually just released our first tutorial a couple days ago. If anyone wants to hop in and play it, that's honestly an incredible idea that I would love to speak to my developers and implement.
And we're having a tournament soon, so if you're interested in making money before the game is even out, be sure to check it out.
Yeah, I think the strong point that you keep making is that our key performance metric will be active daily users, like as soon as the game is like fully developed and ready to go, and we will be doing everything in our power to build up that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, I'm just trying to lead you guys down a road because I've seen a lot of these. So, like, I mean, yeah, if I was you, I would do something similar. Do a tutorial. Like, it's a proven method that's already worked for them. They launched the same fucking game for like 20 years, I feel like. They did a tutorial. At the end of the tutorial, you could reward people with a weapon. Say it's like 0% royalties because that's what everybody's getting hard on nowadays. And yeah, I mean, I see it as like a viable marketing tactic for you guys. Just an idea. You can go to the other hand, though.
No, I actually think it's an incredible idea, and it's something that we definitely can move forward on. It's very easy. We've already built out all the weapons.
It's interesting to see. Like, I want to see the next Fortnite where I can play as my blocksmith. That's where I want the Web3 game to go. Interesting stuff, guys. I see we have a hand up, Spirit Wolves.
Yeah, so I had a question for you guys. So I'm invested in a gaming project called Collider Craftworks. If you guys are familiar with it, and they had like $2 million of funding from outside, and like if just in case if the project doesn't mince out and all. So like in worst case scenario, what are you guys want to do?
So we like obviously we've been building for 8 months. We already do have funding, right? So just to name an example, one of our investors, Big Brain Holdings. I know they kind of invest in everything in the space, but I work very closely with one of my contacts over there. We also are in an accelerator program right now. I'm not going to say the name because we are not allowed to announce it yet. But at the end of this accelerator, we do have a large demo day in front of a lot of investors. If the project does not mint out, we will still continue to develop, continue to fundraise, and continue to build.
That sounds amazing. Yeah, very excited for you guys. And yeah.
Or my friends, listeners, if you have any questions, feel free. Otherwise, I want to give the mic to Exxagens one last time. Maybe we can talk. Have you guys decided on any like mint price, supply and date yet?
We currently have around 7,200 of these characters made and built, but we do not know if we want to release all of them in our first Solana collection. We have not determined what percentage of that supply we are going to mint, nor have we determined mint price, but we want to keep mint price this around the price of a video game that you could just buy and download on your Xbox, PlayStation, PC, etc. So I guess for your answer of mint price, just think around a AAA quality video game.
All right. Perfect. If we don't have any more questions, we're going to move on with Sprint Fools. But Exxagens, anything last you want to share with the listeners? I also heard rumors that there might be some whitelist. We can take this later, but I will give you the mic.
Yeah, Walrus, if you want to give away some whitelists, go for it.
I think we'll wait a little bit, but yeah, for sure we can give away some whitelist. I'd love to.
How do
you guys want to do it?
Real quick, I just say go follow Exxagens on Twitter, and hop into the Discord. And if you want to play the game and you want to participate in the upcoming tournament for 10 Sol, please do so.
Perfect. All right, my friends. Walrus, let's talk about the whitelist.
For sure.
But let's.
No, we can do it for sure. If you guys have the post out for the space, just run a quick giveaway on that. Everyone just like, comment on it. And
that's true. I'll pin the tweet the spaces. You guys
can
just retweet it and we'll pull a winner from that one.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. Now, interesting stuff, guys. Excited to see. Definitely gonna try the game, download it, and try to play it and see.
Give us that honest feedback. Feedback.
I will. All right. Let's listen to Spirit Wolf. Dive into Wolves here. Whoa,
Is it just
was
me
that
playing
only
now?
for me, or did he just cut out in the
No,
middle
that
of
was
the?
No,
crazy.
man, that was nuts.
Whoa.
That was crazy.
I think he turned into an android. The AI is taking over.
That hurt me. That hurt my ears.
Spirit
It's still
Wolf,
going. I've never seen this before.
Dude,
Spirit
neither,
Wolf, if
Mike.
you have maybe it's a Wi-Fi or maybe it's the microphone or something, but it's just cutting out like crazy. No. This is not it. This is not it. Maybe just leave an empty space and see if it works. That was crazy. Wow, I've never heard this before. What the heck just happened?
Okay, so that wasn't just me.
No. I was about to leave the space as well.
I thought my phone was breaking.
I did the same
I
thing.
did too.
I was like, I'm gonna have to reboot this thing.
Right. Oh wow, because he just talked. So I was like, "What am I doing?" So I just completely backed out because it was the only thing I heard.
It's clear.
I was like,
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, sir. So my I use a Blue Yeti, and the cord actually came out, and yeah, that's the reason. So yeah, I'll start explaining my project. So my name is Minato. I'm the founder, and I do the lead marketing part for our project. And if I can do the explanation of a project in like 4 words, it will be like the streetwear brand first. Second will be the full moon airdrops, which we are going to be doing. And yeah, that concept, we want to make it like a iconic thing for our brand. And third part is like the streetwear marketplace which we are building. And fourth, but not least, the renting of your NFT for giving access to the marketplace to other people. And yeah, so I'll start explaining about each concepts one by one. So Spirit Wolf is building a brand centric project primarily focusing on streetwear. Our brand will be predominantly venturing into Web 2 after our Web 3 launch as a Genesis collection on Solana. And our ventures will include like streetwear airdrops and full moon airdrops, which you can burn to redeem like the Web 2 collectibles. And yeah, so I'll start explaining the roadmap points. So first of all, the streetwear brand itself. So we'll be influenced. We are influenced by the brands like Supreme and Off White, and we'll be doing seasonal full moon drops, which will include like high quality limited merchandise, which will be on some of them which will be only available for our holders. And how we plan to do this is like the flagship merchandise of our whole collection. Like every drop will have its own like flagship merchandise, right? So that will be only available for our holders, and by doing this we are promoting reselling and stuff amongst our community. And second one is the full moon air drops, which we are going to be doing. So Spirit Wolf Genesis holders will be rewarded with seasonal full moon air drops, which will include various Web 2 and both Web 3 collectibles and merchandise and tokens. Some of these NFTs will be burnable, and for our first airdrop, we'll be taking a snapshot on the next full moon after our mint. And our first airdrop will have like different tiers, which you can burn singularly, or like you can combine them and burn it together to get a higher ranking collectible, like Web 2 collectible. And how we plan on giving these like higher ranking, what do you say, the airdrops is like the amount of NFTs you hold. And yeah, third point is the marketplace that we are building. I'm really sick, guys, that's why my voice is like this. And yeah, so I'll start talking about the marketplace. We'll be coming up with a streetwear marketplace for our alpha wolves. So the thing which make like this marketplace differentiate from other marketplaces like StockX and all is like the the ranking system which we are providing. So every time anyone does a sale in our marketplace, their rank will keep on increasing, and all these sellers from Web 2, they can build their reputation on our marketplace. And in StockX, if you buy a shoe, maybe a Air Jordan or whatever, if you buy from StockX, you can't see who's the seller, right? But in our marketplace, you'll be able to see the seller and his reputation, and you can choose whether to buy from the seller or the like rank 400 seller or something like that. And we'll be also providing a paid subscription plan, which will be free for our holders. So these paid plans will include buy and sell streetwear using crypto. So this company will be based off Dubai, and we got some really good tax benefits. That's why this is possible. And the second thing will be the sneaker raffles. So around 40 to 45% of the money we collect from the sales of NFT will go towards the community and towards this raffle. For this raffle, the Genesis collection holders will be getting like some points every month, which they can collect or burn on your wish. Like you can keep on collecting your points, and as soon as you see the Travis Scott like AJ1's raffle, you can burn all your points together and try to win that shoe. And the next thing we are providing is the legit checking and the middleman service. So one of the main things in streetwear, if you are into streetwear, you may know, is the reshipping. So reshipping your shoes from one country to another, like it's a headache, and people end up paying like thousands of dollars. So if you use our middleman service, we'll be sorting you out with the reshipping. And also our premium holders can also, consign their shoes, and we'll be transferring the money if the sale happens on our marketplace, and your rank will be your rank will keep on increasing. And last but not least, you'll be getting access to a lot of bots, which give you like a lot of a sneaker bot access, like sneaker drops and sneaker restocking. Like if Panda Dunks restock, you'll get the notification and you can buy them right away. And yeah, that's all about our streetwear marketplace. And the last point is the renting. As I said, you can rent your NFT to get to give other people access to this marketplace, and in return you'll be getting a lot of in marketplace utilities which you can use in our marketplace. And yeah, that's all about our Spirit Wolf. And for our first the streetwear drop, it's gonna be the flagship merchandise is gonna be the Varsity Jacks. So we'll be dropping the designs. Also for the airdrops, we'll be showcasing our airdrop before the mint. And yeah, that's Spirit Wolf. My health is really bad, that's why my voice is like so bad. And yeah, open to questions.
Interesting. All right, a lot of information. Let's break this down. If you're feeling bad, like whenever you want to take a break, just let me know. I can hear in your
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm always it's an interesting thing, like streetwear brands, and we see all these brands being built inside Web3, and I'm curious to see how this future plays out. Like, because there is also a lot of big like brands in Web2, right? To see if Web3 brands is gonna like become big players in the Web2 space, or if Web2 brands is gonna come to Web3 and take over this space. We've seen some like Adidas come here, right? Jetty, I see that you have a question. Feel free.
Yeah, so what are you manufacturing? Where are you manufacturing?
So for our streetwear brand itself, which goes by the name of Spirit Wolf, we'll be manufacturing it from China. So I got my backgrounds in e-commerce, and I know a supplier who I have like previous history with, and he'll be sorting out with the good quality merchandise, and also the Varsity jackets. They are gonna do it. Yeah.
So it's just the Varsity jackets to start?
Now our first drops will include Varsity jackets, the t-shirts, and some hoodies, and some accessories will go like some I won't say, but I'll say it, skateboards and hats. But our one of the like main designs, which is like our flagship Varsity jacket, will be only for the holders. And yeah, that's how we plan to do it.
Interesting.
I have a quick question. That's okay. So what's the potential way of these investors receiving their returns, or is it more just straight up clothing? Like what's in it for the investor? Or
So
how do you
I'll
attract them?
So I'll give you like two goals, like short-term goal and a long-term goal. So we'll be having a airdrop, and we are taking a snapshot. So all the flippers can go out before the snapshot, because the flow will be rising. And there's for like more like short-term to medium-term goals, we'll be also having some airdrops, right? And if you are into long-term and you are into streetwear, you'll be getting access to the raffle system. And as I said, a majority of our the fund collected from our mint will go towards this raffle. And even if you have even if you got a Chicago like Air Jordan once, and you don't have connections to sell it, why not? We have a marketplace ready, so you can sell it on our marketplace. And yeah, that's how you can make money both in like short term and long term by holding our project.
All right. So the marketplace is going to be, if I got it right, like mainly your collectibles. Is that what we're going to find on the marketplace?
I didn't got your question. Can you repeat that, please?
What can we buy on the marketplace? Is this only for your collectibles, or is there like other stuff as well?
So as I said, the marketplace is like the streetwear marketplace. So it's only for like hyped projects like Nike and all the apparels too. If you are into essentials, Drew t-shirts, and all the sneakers, so that's about the marketplace. And you can also buy and sell like sneaker sniping bots. And one of my one of my close friend is like founder of a group called Bot Mart, if you are familiar with it. So it's like a Discord group where people trade bots where you can buy them, and these bots are usually tweaked, and so you can use these bots to snipe sneakers of like Nike and Adidas. Like you can buy Yeezys or whatever. So our marketplace will be doing both the sneaker bots trading and also the streetwear itself. It's not about the our only apparel or the NFTs. Yeah, if you heard wrong from me.
And is you said with the airdrops, and you also had some points, right? Is it possible for a holder to get, I guess, free stuff from the marketplace in future, or is it always going to be paid?
Yeah, that's why that's what I said. If you are a holder, you'll be getting points every month, which you can stack and use like together or like use one by one. So every week we'll be doing sneaker raffles and streetwear raffles, where we'll be doing where we'll be like giving away a lot of hyped shoes, a lot of hyped apparels and stuff. So also like cost figurines and stuff. So you can use these points to bet on these whatever the hyped shit we are giving away, and you can win it. So, and as I said, we'll be doing a lot of raffles, and our mint funds, like around 40 to 45% of our mint funds will go towards these raffles. And by doing these raffles, it's not only for our community, it like attracts more web2 presence in our marketplace. And as I said, what makes us differentiates us from like StockX and stuff is like the ranking system we have. So once you are in our marketplace, you can never leave back. And yeah, that's also how we plan to market our marketplace. That sounds kind of wishy.
I have a quick question. So we know security is probably the top thing people care about on Solana, right? How are you protecting the buyer and seller in terms of their information and everything? Are you gonna act as the medium, or like what are you gonna do to like simply just protect the buyer and seller?
So for our marketplace, it's gonna be a Discord bot. As I said, we'll both have a website and a community in Discord. So for our premium, what do you say, members, they can connect their like Discord and their wallet, and we'll verify if they have our Genesis collection and all. Then they'll be eligible for our premium services. And yeah, I guess that answered your question.
Kind of. So what I'm saying is, when you sell something to someone, you need their information in some way, right? How are you protecting those buyer and sellers from their information being leaked or whatever it may be?
So in our marketplace, people can make their profile, as I said, and build their reputation. So they can either give your address or not. And if you use our middleman service, we'll be only like giving the like the profile of the buyer, and you can check it on our marketplace if he has reputation or not. And we will be keeping the confidential information like the addresses and the phone number with us. And as I said, as a middleman service, we'll be also legit checking the sneakers. And if those are fakes, we'll be sending it back to the seller, and we'll be like removing his rank and give him a red mark or something.
Perfect.
All right, my friends, listeners, if you have any questions, just come up and raise your hand.
It was a really bad day, bro. Like yesterday, I smoked a cigar, and that was bad. I don't know. I'm really
You're not supposed to inhale them, my brother.
I didn't, but I usually smoke, but shit, I'm shitting my pants right now.
Don't do that. Just tell us before you do that. All right, the crypto.
Hi, GM everybody.
GM.
GM.
Spiritful NFT. Congratulations on the art. That's first, right? Incredible art. Okay, good to see that a lot of Indian are jumping on and starting their own project, right? So before we start anything, I joined like 15 minutes ago, and I've been listening from then, right? I have a few questions. For starter, who exactly am I talking to? Who are you?
So my name is Minato. I live in Dubai actually, but I'm an Indian, as you said, and I own multiple stores in like streetwear related stores in India and both Dubai. And yeah, what was your
Okay,
question? I forgot.
so you're the
Yeah,
founder, right?
yeah, I'm the founder.
Okay, so my question is, man, I hope you get well soon.
Yeah. Oh,
My first,
sorry, my wasn't
it's
muted.
all right. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. My first question is that you mentioned that 45% of the entire, whatever you're gonna earn from the sale, you're gonna give it back to the community, right? Now my question is to you. I have seen on your website that you haven't given out the min date or the min price. But then again, what sort of number we are looking at? What sort of money that you are planning to raise?
So we'll be announcing the min date and the min price like 2-3 weeks later. I'm not sure if I'm ready to announce the min price and the min date, cause
Uh-huh.
as you know, this is like also a high project, cause we are providing an airdrop and we are building a brand, right? So we may get some hype, and according to that, I'll be honest, like we'll be changing the min price.
I mean, I do realize that can happen anytime. But what sort of number are we looking at? Are we looking at below 100 or more than 100
What do you mean by 100? So for
USD?
our the supply, I won't announce it yet, but our min price will be around 1.5 to 2 sold. You can
Okay,
expect
and
that. Yeah,
whatever the Solana price is, it's 1.5 or 2. That's good to know though,
yeah.
because even at this price, 2 Solana is less than $100, right? Now, let's just say you have a maximum supply of 10,000, right? So $80, 10,000, that's like 800,000, right? 45% of that is approximately 500,000 that you are claiming that you will give back to the community. Now, my question is, you will left with 300,000 US dollars. Now, is that enough for you to be motivated enough to work on this project? Is that enough funds for you? And also, how many months do you think you'll be up and running with that amount of money?
So as I said, 45 to 40% will go towards the raffle system which we are coming up with, and around 20% will go towards building the bot. So we are making this bot in house, and we got like a dev team of 5 people, and you can check our website. Our head dev is KPI, and yeah, so around that, the 20% will go towards building the streetwear brand, and so these marketplace and the streetwear brand will be like two things. So we have to build the streetwear brand and create a reputation in that field too. So these funds will go towards these, and for the rest of the fund will be also going towards creating the team for legit checking the merchandise. Also, we'll have to source the warehouse and all where we store the sneakers because of the middleman service which we are providing. And yeah, that's about it. And if I know people are going to ask this question, so if we don't sell out, we will come out with a streetwear marketplace. So we have the money to build the streetwear marketplace, and yeah, that's how it's gonna work.
Okay, I appreciate the answer. Last two very quick questions. Uh, how much money have you invested in this project already? Also, have you raised any funds from VCs yet?
We haven't raised any funds from VCs yet. So me and Jay, so you talked about the art, right? So I'll talk about art a little bit. So Jake, he already worked for other NFT projects. If you're familiar with Antonym is like a ETH project which he worked for. He made a lot of trades for them, and we already have invested around $30,000 to $40,000 for this project, and the board is like in working. So we'll be investing more if the mint goes bad, and we'll be coming up with a marketplace. And if the mint goes bad, like the worst case scenario, you may expect like a little bit lower, what do you say, the airdrops, as I said, will be of different tiers, right? So if the mint goes bad, you'll be expecting lesser tiers and all. So yeah, that's what we have in mind.
Okay, perfect. I appreciate it. I do have a follow-on, but I'll wait for others to ask their question. I'll definitely ask one more later.
Yeah, I have questions as well. But Decrypto, you can shoot if you have a question.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Now, it sounds like you are trying to build a brand. Of course, it's gonna be sneakers, jackets, and all that stuff. But it looks like it's. I mean, let's just assume you have a supply of 10,000, right? Let's assume you have a
It
supply of
won't be
5,000, right?
it won't be 10,000, like way too high for us, I'll be honest.
Okay, 5,000. 5,000, right? So I'm assuming at least one people will mint 5 NFT. So that's like 1,000 investors, right? Now my problem is that I'm not being able to understand that the business model that you are telling us right now. I mean, whatever I have heard, it looks really difficult for me, for all these investors to get return on their investment. I hope you get the idea, right?
So I'll get back to you. One people won't be minting 5 NFTs. So in our Discord, we already have a whitelist role. And actually, like few days ago, we came up with a OG role. So for that, you need to like raid channels, and we'll be hosting a lot of games and events. And if you win those games and events, you'll be rewarded with this OG role. And yeah, that's how you can get like 2 mints. Also, we got a free mint role. So what do you say? If you are like being really contributive to our community, you'll be getting a free airdrop of our Genesis collection itself. And as I said, like in streetwear, it's all about the community. And as I said, our marketplace is not just like StockX. We are building it like a community, and you can increase your rank and stuff. So we are building the community from way early on, and that's how we proceed with that.
And good job on that, by the way, because you already have what, 80,000 followers on your Twitter, and you haven't still mentioned the mint date and the mint price. So kudos on that part. But then again, I definitely feel like you did not understood what I was saying, right? Now it's good that people can only mint two if you're OG, right? Good to have OG role, free mint, and all that stuff. But in the longer run, 2 years, 3 years, you need something sustainable in order to be in the business, right? Now, give more. I honestly, I'm
Yeah,
not being able to see it.
that's why I said about the streetwear marketplace. So we are building like 2 brands together. First of all, a streetwear brand, which will be the Spirit Wolf, and the marketplace. So in marketplace, you can trade like sneakers and stuff. If you are into streetwear, you may know. And
But
it's like a $30 billion business,
uh-huh,
if you're familiar with it. And
but you did mention that only your hodlers will be able to use it, right? The marketplace.
No. So holders can use it, and there will be a subscription-based service, and holders can also stake the NFT to access the marketplace, like rent it. Yeah, basically.
Got it. Thank you.
Right. Perfect.
Oof, those were some hard questions. Dang.
You did good, my friend. The crypto hitting you with the hard ones. Let's take 2 more questions. Then we're gonna move on with Moonstream. Thank you so much for being patient with us. Exxagens, feel free.
Yeah, I'm just curious how you built up 80,000 followers so quickly. Just if you have any marketing insight.
So you can check our Discord, the site. Like also you can check the Mercury. We also collab with Blockchain Synth Labs. Also, we have a page up on Magic Eden, so you can check those. And yeah, all because of the collabs we did and the AMAs we are hosting, we got these photos. Yeah, and Decrypto, shoot us a DM, and we'll hook you up with the OG role. You can't mint 5, but you can mint 2. Yeah.
That's it, my friends. Shoot the hard questions.
Bullish.
That was the goal. All right. So I want to ask one last thing, give you the mic before we move on with Moonstream. But great job today, Script, Wolves, and Minato. If you were to give us one thing, what makes you excited when you wake up in the morning to work on Spirit Wolves? What are you most excited about?
Streetwear. Like I've been in streetwear for like more than 3 to 4 years now, and that's the only thing like which makes me excited. Like the shoes, I'm really into sneakers. So also like I forgot to tell you, so we'll be taking part in both India, Dubai, and London sneaker meetups. So we'll have our own store where we'll be like selling our streetwear like merchandise, which is made by Spirit Wolf, and also we'll be doing Legitex for free. And yeah, that's how we plan to showcase, like build our reputation and engage with the streetwear community. So that's really makes me like really excited and interested about. And yeah, if I had to say one thing, it will be like sneakers, bro. Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. So guys, we also have whitelists to give away to the people for, I think, all the projects.
Also, one more thing, like if you can pin our pinned tweet, which is like our roadmap, the art was made by our founder itself, and pretty amazing if you can pin that. So it'll be appreciated. Yeah.
For sure, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, so the rules for the whitelist we got today is just retweet the spaces. I pinned the spaces above, and we're gonna raffle some spots for these projects.
Yes, sir. Be sure to go retweet that.
Let's do it. All right, my friends. Minato, thank you so much. Now, guys, let's listen to Moonstream. I'm super excited to hear from this because, we have so much innovation in this space, and I feel like Moonstream, you're definitely hitting one of those perfect. So, yeah, take it away. Give us maybe a quick rundown again.
Yeah, absolutely. Whenever you hear like there's so much innovation in the space and you guys are there, it definitely means it's like we think you guys are on the bleeding edge of alpha and we're not really sure if this is going to work at all, but we'll all watch the dumpster fire if it doesn't. My name's Jay. I'm the founder of Moonstream. We are very new, really just been out there a couple months. We've been building a little bit longer than that, but really quick intros way of what Moonstream is. Think Kickstarter and Netflix combined for Web3. So we're building a platform, moonstream.com. That's goal is to bring together creators, viewers, and backers all in one place and create an ecosystem for them all in true Web3 fashion. So, that's kind of like the Kickstarter side. Our site is split into the watch, the market, and the fund portal. So, producers, filmmakers can come and pitch film or TV show projects that they want to make in the fund portal. And they generate NFT collections to back those projects. They put those up for backing, and then backers can choose to pledge towards them. And if a project meets its minimum budget, then those NFTs distribute to the backers, and the film goes into production. Backers can then trade those NFTs in the marketplace. Depending on the project, some of those NFTs will be kind of like a micro stake in the project. So, you have 10,000 kind of micro investors in the project, and then any revenue from that film or show will actually flow back programmatically and automatically to the backers that hold them. Creators do have the option to put up shows that, maybe they're just raffling off an NFT that's like a character in the show or an object from the show or something like that that doesn't share necessarily in the rewards. That will be clear in the minting process. But really then we have the stream portal, which is where we'll have a bunch of content dropping for Web3 originals. So films and shows that are, associated with blockchain or the NFT space in some way. We'll stream there and viewers can come in and just watch it. And we're really kind of focusing on this idea that, viewers, backers, creators, they're all an important part of the process. And I think the viewers is something that we really want to focus on in the sense that traditional streaming platforms, you just kind of consume, right? You sit there, you watch a show, you take it in, studios, whatever, they create content and then viewers just sit back and just consume it. And with Web3, in the blockchain kind of community space, we think that viewers deserve a lot more of the role. So we're trying to create a kind of a two-way street instead of just a one-way street. So that's with things like watch to earn, which lets viewers actually earn as they watch. So I'll get into it in a little bit, but we're actually launching with a bunch of classic films because it takes a little bit of time from when you've, funded a film for them to be made. So a 6 month to a year period for these films to hit our stream portal would be a bit of a burn. So instead, we're actually launching a bunch of classic films on the platform, and we have the rights to kind of manipulate those frames. So we'll be doing things like taking high-value NFTs and putting them as Easter eggs in the back of these films. And viewers that are watching, they spot the NFT, they name the film, name the time code, and they get to claim the NFT. We're also going cross-chain, so they actually sign in to watch. They can use their wallet, their Ethereum or Solana wallet to watch. And we'll be doing daily, kind of whitelist giveaways to anyone that streamed that day, or weekly kind of NFT raffles for the viewers. We're building in kind of this idea of viewer participation as well, so that down the road as we have a filmmaker that maybe is doing a show, actually building in ways for viewers to kind of interact with that creator. And there's a couple producers out in the space that are interested in exploring this, where that's like kind of a choose your own adventure where viewers can kind of vote on like a fork in the road, so to speak, for a show. Or having things like, NFT gives away for like top streamers of a show, biggest fans, that kind of thing, that allows them, like gives them a ticket to come out on set and meet the creator or be in an episode, something like that. We think there's a lot of opportunity in that viewer space, but we're starting with Watch to Earn in our watch portal, which is actually built and ready to go, but we're just kind of building up our publicity train now, getting that train rolling before we drop it. So the first 1,000, we're going to sign up 1,000 subscribers initially, and we're going to give away like $5,000 in the first 5 minutes of the platform being live. And our subscription doesn't have to be a paid thing. There are 3 levels. We're doing a kind of an initial level, which is free, and it's like our privacy ads level, which is kind of like Brave browser, where we're not doing any data harvesting or that creepy stuff that all of us hate. But instead, we'd have Web3 companies that would say, hey, you can be the the 5 to 10 second ad of the day if you want to, and they get to throw their little 5 to 10 second ad in there before a film or a show starts. So viewers watch that ad and they get to watch the show for free. We think that could be really fun, and it's a way that people can kind of be exposed to content without having to get in. And then our other levels, if you don't want to see an ad, we're trying to keep it really affordable, but like a 5-day subscription period or a 30-day subscription period. And all of those levels are going to be eligible for watch to earn, win NFTs and crypto and that kind of thing. So really trying to make it fun. You can actually go to moonstream.com right now if you wanted to check out the stream portal, what it looks like. We don't have the ability, we've turned off the ability to actually stream the shows, but they are all loaded up and it's kind of locked and loaded. But we've turned off the subscribability right now as we're working on building up our publicity campaign. So that's an overview on the platform. I won't get too long-winded, but I know folks have been listening for a while, so I don't want people to get too tired out listening. A brief background on myself, and I can open up for any questions. I've kind of run multiple businesses in the past. I came out of the film world and then also the kind of IT technology world. So I have a degree in film production and worked on multiple films, feature films. Had a small micro budget that I was kind of the lead producer on that premiered around the world. I think it's been translated into 12 or 14 languages at this point, to like 80 or 90 theaters across the world. That was back in the teens. So that was like a really fun experience. But out of that, I kind of been sort of during that. Also, I've always liked to start different businesses, and I'd started an IT, like cybersecurity networking support company in the US that did very well. That's been going for about 10 years now. And that's actually kind of how I got into blockchain. I got into it from sort of the networking side. I fell down that rabbit hole like a year ago, kind of getting into IPFS. And then I fell into Solana, and then it was just kind of game over from there. And when I got into it and really dug down deep, I was like, man, there's huge opportunities here for blockchain to change a lot of industries. But in the film industry specifically, honest accounting has always been a problem. And I mean, there's actually a term called Hollywood accounting, which basically means we hide all the funds and nobody gets what they're owed. And I thought, wow, what a great opportunity for blockchain to come in and use kind of open programmatic accounting in a way that lets people sort of micro invest in films that they want to see, watch them, and everyone kind of shares in the reward. And that kind of thing would have actually been impossible, prior to using a blockchain, right? Like having a traditional film be funded with like 10,000 micro investors and then trying to keep up with like who's owed what and give them dividends every day or month or even year would be a massive accounting headache. But with blockchain, it's just as simple as writing a program, which we actually have an on-chain program where, users back a project, the NFT collection represents their stake in the project. And as things are streamed, as money, as income comes in for the film being watched, it just automatically, programmatically, there's a public wallet for every film, and any funds that flow into that, there's a program that sits on it, and it just automatically distributes those funds that come in there proportionally across, whoever's holding those NFTs. They kind of represent the backing in that film. So a lot of really cool opportunities, a lot of exciting stuff moving in that space. Very new. It's kind of being called Film 3. There's a couple people that have started in that space in the last month or so. And we're definitely on the cutting edge, and it's a fun place to be. So that's a bit about us. I'd love to open up any questions or comments on it if anyone has any.
Nice. Exciting stuff. I'm so confused. I'm so excited.
Awesome. What's the confusion?
For the listeners first, I know the answer to this, but to make it super, super clear, is this Netflix or is this Twitch?
This is Netflix. So we are not doing like live streaming. Not focused on that at all. We're purely doing kind of pre-produced films and TVs. So think Netflix for Web3.
Perfect. All right. Hype, you have your hand up.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, really great introduction to the project, man. Thank you for that. Just in terms of sort of like the aspect you talked about of people funding filmmakers. So how difficult is it in the real world for people to bring their ideas to life and get funding to make a film? So I think I'm sort of bullish on that idea that you're opening up access to filmmaking to anybody. But sort of as a side note, how how many films are in Web3, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I'd say I'm very bullish on it as well. It's never been easier to make high quality content, right? Like it's never been cheaper for someone to pick up a camera or buy a camera. I think it's like a relatively high quality image out of it, high quality sound equipment. It's pretty accessible these days. And with a lot of the resources online, you have some amazing creators and filmmakers that are like kind of popping up all over the place. It is very difficult to get funding or exposure for those individual creators. And a big part of that is because just the nature of the industry, really filmmaking is kind of done the same way it's been done for the last 100 years. It's kind of primed for disruption in a lot of ways, right? You have a couple of major studios that pretty much order all the content up. And there's a pretty big bottleneck when it comes to getting a budget to make your film, but then especially getting the budget to distribute. And part of the reason there's a bottleneck in the budget to make your film is like you can go around, you could get your friends and families to like fund your project. But then when you go to distribute it, you got to go where the viewers are, right? And to go where the viewers are, traditionally, you've had to go through kind of the traditional Hollywood funnel and get into kind of these major outlets. Well, that's where I kind of brought up Hollywood accounting. You're never going to make money back. So part of the reason you don't see a lot of like private investors investing in films is because your traditional outlets are really good at kind of hiding the accounting. I mean, you probably see in the news a lot. There's like, this actor is suing this studio over a movie. I mean, it's like, I know Scarlett Johansson just sued Disney, and like, I mean, any given day, there's like these lawsuits going on, right? And that's because of what's happening is, the filmmaker kind of like sells the film to a distributor, and that distributor goes and like kind of distributes it and cuts these deals. And there's all these kind of cloudy deals that goes on that make it look like there's not any money being made, even though there are people watching the film. I mean, The Return of the Jedi, still has never made money, which we all know has. But that's one side, I think, of what we're doing with Moonstream is because we're using kind of open accounting on the blockchain and it's automatic. There's a little bit of transparency there. So when a filmmaker is putting it out there and viewers are watching it, the fund flow is very clear to everyone and it's done kind of automatically. So there's less opportunity for kind of underhanded dealing. The other thing is kind of like what we were talking about. You have to go where the viewers are, right? So that is part of the reason we're starting with the stream portal and building up that subscriber base is you have to have people that are interested in watching something. And I think that in the Web3 space, you see this with a lot of NFT collections, there's a lot of people that are interested in like kind of the art that an artist might be creating. And they're willing to kind of take a look at that. And I think that kind of like the Web3 community is a great place to be starting with something like this. People that are kind of open to working outside of your traditional streaming platforms and supporting some of these artists, because there's some amazing filmmakers, I mean, all across the world that just don't even have the access to ever get their content in front of someone who would ever be able to get it through the kind of the traditional Hollywood pipeline, right? I mean, you have people all over the world that just aren't going to even be able to get their stuff seen to be distributed. And I think that Moonstream kind of stands as an opportunity to change that for some of these creators. So I'm really excited to see what kind of content we start to see in sort of the Web3 Film 3 space, because in Hollywood, we've seen more and more relying on these franchises to really hold up, call them, tentpole investments for these large studios. And we've lost some of like the more original kind of titles coming out. But we're also in the streaming wars, right? There's tons of like every studio has a streaming service right now. So I think where Moonstream kind of stands aside is that our value proposition is we're really focused on the Web3 space initially for our kind of initial niche foothold, and kind of giving this opportunity for viewers to earn while they watch, but giving a voice to creators to kind of put projects up there and just let them fly. Can they build a following and have an NFT collection that's backing their film, and backers kind of get something in hand for that. I don't know if that kind of answers your question.
Yeah, that was perfect, man. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyone else wondering anything? Happy to answer.
Yes, I'm always wondering something. So you're going to have a NFT collection with this, right?
So we envision there being a lot of NFT collections. And what we mean by that is every kind of like film or show on the platform would conceivably have some kind of NFT collection that's associated with it. Moonstream itself as a platform, we have our own like Moonstream Monkey NFT collection. Give a shout out to them. And that we've kind of taken a very different approach than a lot of Web3 projects. Instead of kind of building a lot of hype and following and then releasing a product, we did it the other way around. So we actually built out kind of like the functioning platform. We built out the whole fund portal. And then we said, hey, before we drop this stream portal, we're going to just do a quick test. Are people even interested in this? So with kind of zero following, no awareness at all. We just took out a full page Brave browser ad one day for 24 hours, and we just dropped an NFT collection off of that with kind of like no following at all. And it worked. Like, honestly, we got a ton of traffic, a lot of great feedback. That's who's in our Discord right now. If you head over there, it's all people that just kind of saw that ad and said, hey, this is a really cool idea. I think we made around 30,000 on the mint of that collection for that single day ad with kind of no hype leading into it. So we felt pretty validated that people were into this concept. So then that was June 20th, I think, that we did that. So now we're just a couple months out from that, and we've built out the whole stream portal. We've loaded up a bunch of titles in it, and we're kind of ready to roll. So now we're starting our publicity plan of actually getting out there and getting around. I've always been pretty heavy on the build side, and we've got a great team of devs that have built a really cool project. And so now we're just working to kind of spread the word, build up awareness of the project. And like I said, we're signing up 1,000 people on our pre-subscriber list, and then we'll drop the stream portal and open up the funding marketplace for films to be out there. Our market portal is where the NFT collections will be traded, to kind of answer your question. So every film that's dropped, right, they have an NFT collection that funds it. In our market portal, you can go there and just kind of start like basically trade back and forth in these different NFT collections. And it's just kind of a curation of, like, instead of going to maybe Magic Eden or OpenSea, where you're seeing, you know, every NFT collection that's available on the blockchain, this is our market portal is focused specifically on like film or TV related NFT collections. So if you're like, hey, I backed this show, I've really gotten like a great profit out of it, it's had a great run, I'm going to sell these and I want to buy into a new show, that's where you can do it. And I think it opens up a really cool life cycle for films, because if you are talking about this sort of like micro investor front, you know, let's a film be made and maybe it has a heyday. I mean, I'll use some A-list as an example. You know, say there was like I don't know, Christopher Nolan makes his next film, right? And you were able to back it, and there was an NFT collection associated with it. You got like your investment from it. It made its boom. You made your money back. You're happy with that. Well, it's been a year. It's kind of died down. So then you go and you like sell your NFTs. But it creates a whole market where, you know, people could be like looking for films. They're like, these are really cool films. Maybe it was never marketed in India before, or maybe it was never marketed in these different areas. And it gives the opportunity for people to kind of like buy into projects that have been around for a little bit and then give that film a second life, right? Where they can like get together with their friends and be like, hey, this is an awesome movie. And they can start pumping it online and like take a grassroots approach to it. And it sends the views on that films up, which, you know, as kind of like micro backers of that film at that point, they profit from that. And it kind of gives like this perpetual life cycle to different films. That's just like one of the scenarios that I think something like a Web3 Netflix Moonstream brings to the space that just doesn't exist currently, right? It's all about new content now. Like you have some old shows that become popular again, but usually it's kind of like new content and then it dies off. Whereas now I think there's just like opportunity for people to like find an old show that they loved and buy into it, and you get like a whole nother second life out of it. Using NFTs is kind of a vehicle for value storage.
Can't wait to just make money from watching movies all day.
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's what everyone's also into it for. And on that note, I mean, the sustainability of watch to earn, the way we're doing that is, you know, a lot of platforms for watch to earn, they kind of do their platform token. And then you just like earn that token for not watch to, like, you know, run to earn or whatever it is, right? Our plan is to kind of, we are going to have a platform token that's unique for the marketplace, because it's going to be Ethereum and Solana NFT collections side by side, and using Wormhole, you'll be able to kind of buy whichever, regardless of which wallet you have. But we envision our watch to earn to be like part of the ecosystem. So viewers are really important. Viewers play, you know, just as important a role as backers and creators. So because of that, all the proceeds that come into the platform, we have a set percentage that's just going to be set aside in the watch to earn pool. And we'll actually be buying, you know, like just crypto to give away, NFTs to give away, whitelists to give away. So we envision there being kind of this sustainable pool that comes out of, hey, the profits that this platform makes, we're taking a set percentage, and that just flows into a pool where the platform's then buying up NFT collections to give away to viewers, buying up, you know, different crypto rewards to give away to viewers, so that people actually stand to earn like a variety of items while watching. And as you watch, you know, and as profits flow in, it kind of is self-sustainable in that sense.
Cool stuff. Bill?
Yeah, that was a lot. And I have a question about something you said a bit ago with regard to your mint, that you just dropped a one-page ad one day, and you said you netted like $30,000.
I mean, it kind of depends where Sol was standing at the time. It was like in the 25 to 30 range, but, you know, Sol's gone up and down a lot.
if I could ask, like, how did you get that type of engagement? Like, I'm looking at your Twitter account, and you got like 300 followers. Like, where did that come
It came
from?
from, so are you familiar with Brave Browser at all?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, so you know how you see like new tab, there'll be like a full page ad there.
Mm-hmm.
So we were very fortunate to, well, the bull market sucks, right? Well, the good thing about the bull market is we'd contacted Brave about this, and it's normally pretty pricey. But basically in June, the bottom dropped out of everything right recently, and they have like a bunch of people back out. So we were just in a position to take advantage of filling a slot that had opened up. And so it was a full page Brave Browser ad. So our traffic came purely from people who were using Brave Browser and saw like, hey, Moonstream. The ad was kind of phrased in a way that was like, you know, let's flip Netflix, the Web3's version of Netflix. So people see that and they go, what is that? They click on it. It took them to our mint site, and then they had the option to mint from there. So it's kind of a collection of people that ended up, I guess you could say in some ways, aping into the project. People that saw it that day and then they jumped on board. I think we were minting for like 48 hours or something like that. But we didn't like kind of go the normal route of like building hype via Twitter and then minting. Maybe we could have done that, but it was kind of our way of testing out like a market test to make sure, hey, people are actually interested in what we're building.
So that was like, I know you can customize it, and like, is it people that had a certain Brave News, I guess, code added in?
No, it was the actual like full page. Like every fourth tab that you open on the Brave browser for any Brave browser user will be the ad of the day. So if you were to go to Brave browser right now, click that new tab thing 4 times, every fourth tab is going to be whatever. There's one vendor that gets to be the ad of the day on Brave browser. And everyone will see that same ad in a region that day. That's the way of doing their privacy ads. And that's kind of what we're doing for Moonstream for our like free ad supported tier, is the same kind of concept where we say, hey, we're not like tailoring ads to say, you know, this is John and he lives in Scotland and he has 3 kids and here are all his social security numbers. Instead, we're saying that like everyone who watches something today, you know, will have 1 to 3 ads of the day where it's like, you're going to see this vendor because they paid to kind of take over the platform for that day. And that's the ad that shows.
Cool. I never thought about advertising there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people hadn't really thought of it. I've actually seen a couple of NFT collections do it since, but yeah, it was kind of like, I use Brave, I like Brave, and I was kind of like, this seems like a great vehicle. People that use Brave are usually kind of crypto aware. It was sort of our kind of audience that we were going for anyways, and it worked out all right for us.
Thanks.
We're kind of running out of time, but fuck, I gotta hear this. This is so interesting. If any guys got stuff to do with this, feel free to leave, because you guys dropped an ad on Brave Browser, and this sold out in 48 hours. An NFT collection without any prior marketing or anything. What was the mint price, and how much did you pay for the ad?
Yeah, so I am not allowed to disclose the ad. I'm not allowed to disclose that, unfortunately, because like I said, a lot of people backed out. It was kind of this very unique opportunity with Brave, with the bull. Like they're pretty heavy on the crypto side of things as far as who have them there. They have a lot of big names doing it, and they had a vacuum just hit them when that bull market or the bear market first kind of the floor dropped out. A lot of people backed out. So I kind of had to sign a thing that says we won't say because it was an abnormal month for them. But yeah, you know, I think that I don't want to get too far afield of what we're doing or off focus, but I'd say that I think that in our situation, it worked out well for us. We did make some money, certainly from the mint. But for us, it was more of demonstrating there was a proof of concept. We minted around, I gotta go back and check. Can't remember the exact mint price because then we ended up airdropping the remaining ones after the 48-hour period. Everyone that bought, I think it was like around like 4 SOL or something at the time. It was like $120, $130 per NFT. And we got enough people out of that were interested in that we felt like kind of this concept was validated. These people were really excited. And that's the founding community. And honestly, we have some great community members over on Discord. We're like 600 something on Discord. And those like initial community members have been really supportive, you know, over the last couple of months as we continue to build and get ready to release. So I think what's really cool is it's all people that really believed in the project. Like they're kind of buying into this thing. Like, this is an awesome idea. And we were very clear from like, hey, this isn't going to be a quick flip. Like this is going to be dead. This isn't a normal NFT collection the whole shtick with the NFTs was like, if you buy one of these, then you have voting rights. We're going to do like film festivals and that kind of thing. So you have a position to like kind of vote on the content that's like kind of accepted from these different film festivals. And then when we do drop the community token, Moonstream Monkey holders get kind of first up on access to that token purchase. So it's kind of a long hold proposition for those members, and everyone knew that on the front end. And it worked out well for us. A little bit different than I think kind of like the normal route for a lot of NFTs. It's not really a quick flip collection, and it really only is one part of what Moonstream's doing. I mean, the Moonstream monkeys will serve a long-term kind of part of the platform. You know, hey, do you want to be a member that's like kind of voting on the content that's coming in here? Great, buy Moonstream monkey, you know. But the platform is more than that, right? Like we're going to have a stream portal that anybody can get and watch, a market portal, a fund portal. It kind of all works together.
All right, my friends. Sorry to cut you there, Moonstream, but we also the big post about if anyone wanna whitelist for Exxagens or Spirit Rules, go retweet. We don't have so many retweets.
Yeah,
before, so
and unfortunately, I have to jump off at another meeting right into this, so I apologize all, but I really appreciate the time today. Thanks for having us on.
All right, so I found a collection on Magic Eden, Moonstream monkeys. All right, interesting.
That's correct. Yep.
Yeah, fuck it, let's cut it. I could go for probably 6 more hours here, but we're definitely going to talk again sometime.
100%. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, fuck. Okay, I got to share our stuff before we go as well. The stuff I talked about at the beginning was first on after this, I think let's host a space somewhere and let's just chill out for a bit because there has been a lot of knowledge tonight, a lot of information. But on Sunday, we're going to host a mega space. So any projects or any people that want to come on Sunday, we're going to talk about the hot topic, the youth mint, and like the future, what you guys see happening to the market. So I invite you all. We'll be sending out a lot of DMs, get as much people in there as possible. Let's have a chat about happening in this beautiful market. Other than that, check out our wonderful sponsors for the night, Hyperlaunch. If you have an upcoming collection, for you guys in the project as well, like check out Hyperlaunch. It's a fairly new launchpad where you don't have to write a single line of code. It's going to be cheap, and you also can design the platform however you want it. If you see the goblins on stage here, they were the first product to launch in Hyperlaunch. So highly recommend that. With that being said, thank you everyone for coming on today, and thank you to these projects for coming on. Great stuff, guys. Yeah, other than that, see you guys at the after party. Thank you so much, guys. Great stuff. Bye, my friends.
See you later.